Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Good afternoon. Okay, so Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 2:32 p.m.
As you well know, I'm happy being by myself. My son visited me yesterday, my son. And we caught up with things and we chatted. My son took me out for lunch and he went back home to Gloucester. Right? So my son visited yesterday. My son kindly took me up to my mum's flat in Durrell Gardens because my mum had rung me yesterday saying she wasn't feeling well. Now today she's told me she's having trouble walking. So the best thing to do is to get my mum assessed by social services, adult social services care. And if they can't adapt her flat into like bars and poles where she can hold on to, and maybe she does need a Zimmer frame or a walking trolley, or maybe even a wheelchair. I'm not saying I'm not going to help my mother, I will help my mum, but we need social services to come out because if she can't live in that flat, they're going to have to move my mum into a disabled flat like the lady's got downstairs, and she's got a wheelchair and her daughter, I think, looks after her mother. So they'll have to move me and my mum into a disabled flat if my mum's saying that she can't walk. It's not me who can't walk. But she's going to have to come to terms with the fact that she's getting older and maybe she can't stay in that flat anymore. What happened with my in-laws, when my in-laws got old, they were offered a bungalow. So, maybe my mum needs to move into a place that's disability friendly. This place where I'm living now is not for a disabled person. It's not for a disabled person that can't walk. The ground floor flats are for the disabled and people in wheelchairs. So, my mum really needs to have a think about what she wants. And but this is not suitable for a disabled person with mobility problems. Not at all. It's not adapted for someone that's disabled. Right, so my mum called at 11:20. We had the Temu delivery driver ring my buzzer saying there's a parcel for you, Crystal, in your foyer. And I went down to get my parcel. I've brought it up and I've shown you. I am a middle-aged woman. I'm never going to look 20. I wouldn't want to. I am not actively looking for anybody. I'm just walking my dog outside. I'm just walking my dog. So all the play acting that's going on, so what? So what? I'm not looking for anyone anyway. So keep doing your little scenarios, getting your dogs to bark behind my back and be rude to me, and I'm just ignoring it. Keep coughing when I walk past and making noises. I've just got my cap on and I'm just ignoring it, and that's the best thing to do. And it obviously gets written down in the diary. So 2 o'clock, guys, I'm taking my dog out for a walk. I didn't go onto the field. It was too busy this morning. Builders everywhere. I had my leggings on. Yes, I do a bit of fitness and I wear shorts because when you work out you get sweaty, don't you? And wearing thick leggings makes you sweat and sticky. So I put a pair of shorts on. And that's my private business in my flat. Nobody should be watching what you're wearing in the privacy of your flat. I did put shorts on this morning. After I'd had a shower, I put a pair of shorts on and I was lifting weights in the hallway. The hallway. That's my business. So I look in my mailbox. I've got posts which I'll show you in a minute. I thought, right, I'm not going to carry post around while I'm walking Max. I didn't take the camera out. I'm fed up with doing that now. I don't mind doing an odd few videos, but I don't take the camera out every time I go outside. So I walked out the back and it looked quiet, and that's how I like it. I don't like hustly bustly places. I don't like loads of people. I just like being by myself. So I walked around the back of the flats. I walked up towards the Blue Crane. I saw somebody by the Blue Crane, so I walked the other way. I walked around. Gardeners were out. Gardeners planting. So I just walked down the road. I could see a bald-headed builder, bodybuilder, working out on the gym equipment. He had black shorts on. He had his top off. He had a bald head. I can't take my top off. I'm a woman. I'm a female. So there were roofers on the roof, staring down. Roofers. And this bald-headed bodybuilder was sat working out his bald head and his black shorts. And I just walked past them. And I just want to walk my dog. I don't want to feel miserable. I don't want to be upset. I'm trying to motivate people with depression and anxiety to try and, exercise makes you feel good. There's nothing nasty about me. I'm trying to help people. So don't keep trying to put me down and make me feel horrible about myself. It's not nice. If you don't like me, don't go near me. And I'm not being sexually bullied, right? I don't want anybody. I don't want anyone, male or female. It's nothing to do with being a lesbian. That's what my dad used to say to me, to pressurise me. Oh, you're talking to a woman, you're a lesbian. That's how people sexually pressure people into doing bad stuff. And that's what my dad did. It's evil. I'm never going to be 20. I'm never going to look like a 20-year-old. I don't want to. But why are people doing this to me when I'm in my 50s and I just want to be left alone in peace? And Jennifer is my mother. My mum. And Sue was in her flat yesterday. Sue was her next door neighbour. My dad's been gone. When my dad died, but specifically when I lost my cat, I thought, I'm not gonna I don't want no more negativity in my life. I don't want to spend my life being miserable. My cat just died suddenly. My dad passed away, and I'm making the most of every minute of my day. And yes, I am working out. I am writing a diary, and I'm getting on with my life. Now, I leave people alone. I don't approach them because I know what it's like. People want to go out, walk their dog, whatever they're doing, and be left in peace. They don't want to be approached by strangers because I don't like it. When that Charlie approached me, I don't like things like that. I don't like it. People change. When my son was walking by my side yesterday, there was none of this bollocks. None of it. My son goes back home and it starts again. Now I'm going to go through my post. I'm a woman, I'm not bald, And you know what somebody looks like has got nothing to do with who the person is, right? All I can say to people is, if you don't like me, just leave me alone. There's no need to cough and draw attention to yourself, because I'm going to turn around and see where the coughing's coming from. So no, I don't want anybody. I don't care if I've got 500 messages on TikTok, which I have, by the way. I'm not answering any of them. Those that mess me around on Facebook Dating and Flirt Finder, you had your chance and you blew it. And I don't care what you call me, because it's not your opinion that matters, it's mine. It's my life, not yours. So we've got another debt letter, guys, and someone's trying to con me this time, because a debt that was £76.89 has crept up to £376.89. And this J.D. Williams debt is 10 years old, so they can shove that where the sun don't shine. Adding £300 onto a £76.89 bill. So, sorry guys, but that is absolute crap. Right? I've appealed the council tax bill. If they do anything else, I get the police involved. Do you understand me? Epilepsy Society, Gerrard's Cross. March 26 is Purple Day, the International Awareness Day for Epilepsy, when we invite everyone to think purple and highlight the 600,000 people living with epilepsy in the UK. And they want you to donate money when the council tax is crippling me. But it's a good charity, and if I ever get money spare, I will donate some. I've got to sort that council tax bill out. If I get fake bailiffs to my door, they'll be photographed and filmed. Jules Fern, Miss Marshall from Peterborough. Hi there, saw this and thought of you. Debbie. Someone's got a whacking great sense of humour. Really funny. Adding £300 onto a £76.89 bill that's over 10 years old anyway. I'll get someone to look at that letter. I wonder if a Scotch woman is going to answer the phone when I ring them up, because it was a Scottish woman that answered the phone last time. Very similar to the voice that sent out those takeaways to my address without being paid for. I'm not stupid, you know. And also, if I do get bailiffs or thugs to my door, I will call the police instantly, because I'm a woman living on my own. Oh, and by the way, when I came back round the back of the flats, he looked a bit like Eminem. Do you know Eminem, what he looks like now? Eminem. Eminem is nearly 50. Eminem is nearly 50 years old, and he was the guy that sung about the ugly Kardashian. You know, my dad used to take me around holiday parks, and Eminem's music would be playing. I'm the Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady, or something like that. Dad took me to Herne Bay and walked me off my feet round Herne Bay, and Eminem was playing out of a top floor flat window when we walked past. Well, I've just come round the back of the flats, and I know what Eminem looks like now. He's really grey, but he dyes his grey hair and beard dark brown, because I've got grey hair. And I'm in my mid-50s, and Eminem is a middle-aged man, and he dyes his beard. So he must delicately dye his beard brown. And he dyes his hair. Because when you reach 40, at least part of your hair has grey hairs in it. Everybody's does. So this guy that looked like Eminem had a big brown dog, and it made me jump out my bloody skin. I was on the phone to somebody coming into the back of the flats, and this dog went behind me. Woof! Woof! And I thought, that's a spitting image of Eminem, walking a brown dog. Also, I ordered this ages ago, when the weather was actually cold. I've got a bobble hat, guys, and the weather's got hot. Got a bobble hat. Refuge for women and children against domestic violence. Another great charity. No, I thought I ordered a bobble hat, but this has actually come from Refuge. I'm supporting this charity, Refuge. For women and children against domestic violence. And this is my bobble hat. My bobble hat, sorry, Harry. My bobble hat, Refuge, established 1971. Snow Star. So I've got a Refuge bobble hat. It's come a bit late now because the weather is actually, it's got warmer. But it won't stop the sexual bullying and the bullying. Just because a woman chooses to be by herself, it doesn't mean she's a lesbian or there's something wrong with that. Sometimes a strong woman needs to be on her own. You know? There was a woman on TikTok said she preferred it when it was COVID. I know exactly what she means. Not that we want COVID, but people were nicer. People were nicer during COVID. There wasn't so many people about. They weren't so rude and ignorant. The trains were empty. You could only go into certain shops. Now people are greedy. They're pushing and shoving people everywhere. And it's horrible. So this lady said she wanted it to go back to COVID conditions. Not the actual COVID, but where people were, there was less people about and it wasn't so horrible. And I know exactly what she means. But just because a woman chooses to live alone, it doesn't mean she's a lesbian. And when you start sleeping around with men and being used and poked about, you catch diseases. And these men that do that to a woman, they don't care about you, and it also affects your mental health when men keep using you for sex. It affects your mental health. It makes you feel fucking shitty and dirty. And I put a stop to it. And I'm not going back to being treated like I was. And if you don't like that, that's not my problem. And as for women involved in it, if I go back to the dentist and I am treated like I was, that'll go onto the list of complaints about that dentist. That dentist is run by women. And I had to sit next to a man because that was the only chairs available. And when a woman's been sexually abused, allegedly raped and molested, she doesn't like sitting next to men. It doesn't make her out to be a lesbian though, does it? She's just trying to keep safe after that horrible man came up to me on the field and did despicable things to me. You get stronger, you get wiser, and a woman knows what she wants. And if I can't get a relationship, I don't want to muck about, thank you. See you later.